Alright, so because it's the Scorpio New Moon, I'm going to lead. Because I am the Scorpio Moon.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so if you want to just gaze at a spot.
Can I look at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so gaze at something else and then like across, and then become aware of the space behind your eyes in the center of your head. And then breathe in, and as you breathe out, go to the space behind your eyes and close your eyes and just rest into that space and the aliveness of your beingness that has a buoyancy in the middle of the head there. Breathing into it gently and out of it, and allowing its aliveness, its personality to infuse you. And as you breathe into it, allow it to expand. And as you breathe out, ground yourself further into the sits bones, into the base of the pelvis. And just continue to be with that aliveness inside the middle of the head, this space. Breathe into it and breathe out and ground yourself. Feel the whole body lengthen down and into the earth beneath you. And that beingness in the center of the head is also there anywhere in your body. So now take your awareness to your heart and notice that same aliveness, breathing into it and out and grounding into the earth, breathing into the heart and exhaling. And in a way, sending love down into the earth and allowing your pelvis, imagining the anchor of your pelvis edging gently into the particles of earth and moving further and further down into the earth, grounding you down, down. Feeling the embrace of the earth beneath you. And as you allow that anchoring to deepen all the way down into the center of the earth, you also have this aliveness, this buoyancy in the center of your head, and even all the space above you, into the cosmos, into the space beyond our imagination, beyond our imagination's reach, or perhaps within our imagination's reach. Just allow your breath to breathe in the space within you and all around you, and breathe out and ground into the arms of our Mother, our great Mother Earth beneath us. And we can feel her love coming up through us, and we can also send her love down from our heart into hers, into her emerald heart beneath us. Just knowing that that exchange can happen and is happening effortlessly. Okay, now that we're grounded, I'm going to take a moment to pop on our yummy dragon oil. Okay, you can give your wrists a smell. Enjoy the smell of the dragonfly. Just take a moment to take that, just the feeling sense of the oil. You can maybe give a little massage into the areas, or however, just smelling and just feeling it. And allowing yourself to ground back into the earth, and also to be aware of the space above and all around. And into that space, venture back or journey back to the 1st of October, a month ago. And just allow your mind to wander and your body to remember whatever comes up from that period. It doesn't have to be really specific, just allow some time and space in the last month. What are the faces that you saw? What are the feelings that you had? Then moving the timeline a little bit closer to now. How have you felt over the last week or two? What images, faces or places come to mind? Come to body? And then gently bring yourself back to this moment by opening your eyes, and just cast your eyes around a little bit to ground ourselves here now. And let's do a little bit of journaling in reflection. So, what came up for you over the last month? Maybe let's just choose some words. So what are some words to describe what stands out most in the last month? I don't know about you, but mine reads like the underworld. And with what you've written and also whatever else comes up, how does this inform what you would like to bring in and release this month? So maybe rather than do it one at a time, maybe do, like split the page, or do one page dedicated to release and one page dedicated to welcome. I'm doing half and half. So what is it that I would like to release? And what is it that I would like to welcome this new moon? So if I am the seed, if I am about to be the seed placed into the darkness, inside the soil, what do I allow Mother Earth to take from me and compost down into something even richer? And what would I like to seed and grow and nurture? Take another minute or so. Is it going to be enough? And for those of you who would like to play along with us, we have 3 decks here. One is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. One is the Gentle Thrills Tarot by Isa Beniston. And one is Elemental Alchemist Oracle Deck and Guidebook. And so you don't have to have these, but if you have your own Oracle deck or tarot, it can be fun to pick some cards, and that's what we'll do in a moment. Okay. And I was just thinking it might be useful to just have a moment to consider what are the learnings from the last month? Is there anything, like maybe just 3 learnings that stick out most?
When we share with each other.
We're going to share?
Well, we not. Of course we have to.
Which part?
Oh,
All of it?
yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay. Did you want to go first?
Okay. So what happened, what came up for me in the last month, not wanting to leave Glastonbury, being very sad to leave, but also acknowledging it's getting cold, so it's probably time to leave. Anticipation of being in Singapore with you, and sharing time with Sushi, Veron, the Avalon group, Ida, Win, Mariam, Melvina, with you, and then also experiencing challenge with you, which made me sad because I didn't picture us fighting in Singapore. Falling very ill right after you left, gone to the TCM thrice, rested a lot, watched a lot of TV, also saw clients as I was recovering, and then flying to Brisbane on Singapore Airlines business class, which was a very meaningful experience, and feeling excitement, and then experiencing ease through the airport, through immigration in Brisbane, then reunion with you, and then experiencing a few days of peace and also apprehension of not knowing when there's going to be another rupture. And then there was a lot of conflict, and also the situation of Ran's passing. And then going back to Kaizen, that feels good. Going to familiar places and having food that bring joy, familiar food that bring joy. A reminder to be more present, knowing that it's just 8 weeks here. And then fear around the bill in a few days' time, and then also experiencing resolution with you.
Mine, I just stayed with words. So I remember feeling a lot of anger, irritation, confusion. There was conflict, and there was also repair. And I remember feeling a real sense of inadequacy and feeling not enough. But also having deep revelations with you around a lot of that stuff. A lot of the time I felt embarrassment, but I also felt and do feel now support, love and hope. And passion was also inside, strangely and not so strangely, inside all of this. A real sense of humility and pain around it, and also obviously, and confusion and loss, definitely with Run, but loss with us too sometimes. That was, I guess, the fear. And so, there was some moments of real hopelessness and despair, and definitely self-hatred. So it was very heavy month, and and also there were rays of love and hope and support and passion and repair constantly, I guess. You know, the waves to follow the other waves. Yep.
Then the release and welcome.
The release and welcome, yeah.
I release wanting to run away. I release feeling I can't proceed with starting off my book. I release feeling anxious when things are out of my control. I release feeling small and incapable. I release feeling scared whenever you are in a mood. I release fearing about how I'm going to survive. I release my immense fear of failure, that I won't be okay. And I release all the ways I consciously and unconsciously sabotage my success. Should I read my welcome?
Yeah.
Okay. So I welcome abundant miracles. I welcome perfect physical health. I welcome financial prosperity. I welcome love and kindness. I welcome forgiveness and compassion. I welcome magic. I welcome spirit to sweep me off my feet with this unfolding. I welcome presence in every moment. I welcome work that I love so deeply. I welcome fulfillment. I welcome beauty. And I welcome gentleness and kindness and a lot of great sex with you. Why you laugh?
It's good, I like it. Thank you. Okay, I release self-hatred. I release impatience. I release perfectionism. I release hierarchy. I release judging my moods. I release neglecting myself when I'm not perfect. I release isolation. I release shame. And I release fear of not being loved. I welcome trust in exactly what is. I welcome respect and honoring exactly who and how I am. I welcome being the love I know I am and we all are. I welcome the ability to know, honor, and express my truth. I welcome leaning into love. I welcome leaning into partnership. I welcome leaning into magic and mystery. I welcome money, wealth, and a prolific creative life. I welcome a life full of passionate lovemaking in every possible way. Yeah. As in all areas of my life. What were your learnings for last month?
To rest as much as I need, that I'm always supported, and life continues to surprise me, so allow by being present.
So allow by being present. Yeah. Thank you. My learnings were that I am always learning, and darkness is absolutely essential for expansion to be possible. That vulnerability is something I'm still very tentative with, and I really want to open up and have blossom. I learned that I need to follow my own advice around being with the sensation in the body, being soft as a starting point, and to love myself no matter what in those really tricky moments. Yeah.
Would you want to also speak to the prompts that I created for the Scorpio New Moon?
Absolutely.
Yeah? But we don't have to journal, we can just show it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that would be great.
The first one, what does power mean to me? Where in my life do I feel empowered? And how can I reclaim power in areas where I feel small and unseen?
Can you repeat the question?
The first one is, what does power mean to me?
What does power mean to me? You want to speak to that?
For me, it's a very strong anchoring inside of myself like in the axis of my plumb line. And when I'm in this space physically, and then I move and I respond to the world, and I show up in relationships from this space instead of being very other oriented and to adjust myself based on the dynamics, and then to lose myself relationally. So it's like power, it's like coming back into myself.
Yeah, like as you were speaking, I was thinking it's quite energetic for me. Like and it actually is that feeling, that lightness of being actually. So now I have a sense of it because we grounded into the body, you know, and I guess I have a sense of my all, that essence of being, and it has an emergence with it, like and it has a sense of knowing. It knows itself, and there's a confidence there right now. But as you say, it's very easy to not be in that place, and I do associate it with my brain thinking things that can take me out of that. But also, it's not only the brain thinking, it's also I can have feelings that dampen that or make that feel like it's not there. So I feel like I don't have that power. They're the moments that I guess where the softness comes in, you know, and the softness is the actual remembering of the love that's underneath everything.
Where in my life do I feel empowered? In session with clients or when I'm holding space, I feel empowered. So mostly when I'm working. I also feel empowered when I am when I can do things successfully at the gym.
Yeah.
Which is not often. I also feel empowered when things are going well between us. And I also feel empowered when I remember hope and faith, and that I am actually taken care of.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I definitely echo feeling empowered when I can do the stuff at the gym. And I feel empowered now because I feel like I can see clearly. I've had a lot of time of feeling quite dark and like, you know, like there's been a real filter inside, inside my mind, or I don't know, there's been a filter that has, and it's just like right now I just feel so grateful to have freedom from that, so that like hope and trust and is really present. What was the question? Do I feel empowered?
Where in my life do I feel empowered?
In the community right now, in the new community. Like it feels like, as in, it's been a kernel that I've really wanted to develop, and I've been able to, and I'm really happy with the way it is. It's very simple and it's very small, and I really love the kernel.
How can I reclaim power in areas where I feel small and unseen?
For me, it's just remembering, like seeing clearly. It's the same answer. It's like, how do I see clearly? I bring myself to the present moment by being present with my body and the simplicity of the sensation, and bring softness, compassion, and the sense that I'm going to love myself no matter what. Rather than jumping to blaming others, blaming the situation, asking why, feeling hard done by, you know, like all of that, like to actually, I guess that's the taking of responsibility, to take responsibility for this moment, that to a degree I've created it, like to accept that, you know, that unconditional acceptance. And I guess beyond that, to remind self that this is possibly for my greatest good too. you know, like, or, and not even possibly, but likely, whatever it is that's happening. You didn't answer.
How can I reclaim power in areas where I feel small or unseen? I guess, it depends what's the context. Yeah, of why am I feeling small or unseen, and then I feel like the first thing I would do would be to seek safety, and because I feel like if I feel small or unseen, I probably don't feel safe to express myself. So it would be to seek safety, whether it's in myself or through conversation, to like clear for clarity.
Yeah,
but I feel like my go-to would be to just come back into myself.
yeah, but it's true, like there is that, like there is the self moment, and then there is the relational moment. I feel like that's something we've learned, well, I've certainly learned over the last month, is that there were moments that I couldn't self-regulate, and I really needed the co-regulation with another, with you, and with others that I kind of reached out to as well, you know, through session or whatever the co-regulation kind of is, because that is sometimes the case, that we, you know, we're not always going to be able to do it on our own.
What is my relationship with intimacy, and where do I hold back in being vulnerable and intimate? How might opening up in these areas bring more authentic connection to my life?
Go again, what's the start of the question?
What is my relationship with intimacy?
I'm not sure I ever leave intimacy. I do. I think I do. When I'm feeling unsafe, I do. So perhaps it's a little bit like my relationship with trust or spirit, which is in a relationship because I am source spirit, but sometimes I don't feel that. I get lost in that delusion that I am separate. But I think I'm probably able to be, as long as I feel, if I can see clearly in that I am source, I am spirit, then I'm able to be intimate. But if I have a filter, I can't.
Yeah, I feel like for me, there's a resistance to intimacy when I am not able to practice unconditional acceptance or love to myself. Then I don't want to see certain parts of myself, and then that holds me back from being vulnerable, whether with myself or with another, and thus there can't be intimacy. How might opening up in these areas bring more authentic connection into my life?
I feel like that's exactly what we've seen. That's exactly what the last month has been a constant reminder of. That.
Yeah. And I feel like it's from the willingness of seeing ourselves first. When we are willing to see ourselves, then we are willing to let another see us.
Yes. And it's basically impossible to let another, like, the other might be seeing you better than you, but it's like, unless you're, like for me, unless I'm able to, what I've realised is I take a lot longer to process sometimes.
Where in my life am I holding onto something out of fear or attachment? And how can releasing it open space for new growth? Where in my life am I holding onto something out of fear or attachment?
I don't know if I am right now. I don't feel like I am. Am I? What do you feel?
I want to say like control of my productivity or how much I'm
Outputting.
thinking that will equals like the incoming, but it's not. So there's that, like releasing that, and then but other than that, I feel like I've really released so much, and I'm really living in the moment. You know, of like I don't know what's going to happen in 6 weeks time, like where we'll be. But at this time, it's still an okayness with not knowing. So it's like I feel that I am releasing my idea of perceived control, and it opens space for myself to be surprised by whatever drops into the field whenever it does.
Yeah, when you spoke about control, I've thought to myself, yeah, actually, there are moments that I feel like it's part of what's being revealed, is that I can get really clingy to certain moments which seem to appear in the kitchen a lot. You know, I can kind of get like a bit intense around the way things should work, or what should happen, the protocols, and I can, when I step back, I can see that as a kind of attachment to control. It's interesting that it comes up in that area, but I guess because it's a place that can be controlled, perceivably controlled. So it would be nice to let go of that, because I don't think it's necessarily useful. It could be gentler, softer, or just not exist. Yeah.
What deep desires or passion lie within me that I have yet to fully explore?
What?
Nothing. You go.
What deep desires? What does it say?
Or passions lie within me that I have yet to deeply explore.
That I have yet to fully explore. What deep desires or passions lie within me? Well, for me, it's the realization of my book into a film. And it is also working collaboratively with creative teams, or a creative team, and like I have a taste, or like a hunger for the kind of creative flow that I can pour myself fully into. Travel, adventures, like really long meetings with different lands. I would love to do that with you. I feel like deep study just came up. Deep study, the mythology, all of this. I'm not sure. There's a mythology, spirituality theme. Maybe. I don't know what that is exactly, but maybe it's, who knows? Yeah, maybe that's all connected. Who knows? But there is. I also have a deep desire for there to be a real harmony and groundedness with us. And I believe that's possible. Like, I feel like it is possible in many moments already. We've seen that, and yet I don't know, I hope, like, it's kind of like one of those things. Is it Yeah. Is it like that seeking for perfection, you know? Or is it, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like my sexuality.
That's why you smiled at me. I knew.
Yeah, I feel like there's a whole range I haven't yet explored.
Okay.
And a deep desire is to have homes. That feel very, very intentionally curated, and that feels like sanctuaries and nests. Beautiful, spacious, light and luxurious. I have a deep desire to always travel business class, first class. I have a deep desire to really, really be in complete, total trust of spirit. So that no matter what happens, like that's the one thing that I can count on to be unwavering. And to just take me through from moment to moment, whereby it's not even about like how much money I have, but it's that unconditional trust in spirit that I'll always be okay and supported. Yeah, and I also have a deep desire for life to unfold in the most breathtaking, spectacular and unexpected ways. Like for every day, for miracles to present itself, whereby it's like a constant Kinder surprise. It feels like I can open to that only when I'm being fully present in every moment. Yeah, I'm not trying to plan.
Yeah.
Too far ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
How do I wish to reinvent or transform myself? And what small step can I take to begin?
I don't really want to reinvent or transform myself as much as I want to just fully honor and respect myself. Like, as in, it's not that I need to be more or different. I just need to trust and let believe that I am as important, valuable, what's the word, like I am, I don't know, like, yeah, just to honor and kind of remain with the impulse of self, as opposed to this any kind of second guessing or editing or thinking or discounting. That would, so it's more like a clarification of self rather than, yeah.
I think I would like to have more fun in everything I do, and do not take it so seriously, but really like to do it because it's fun, and yeah, injecting and embodying fun and play as I create. What self-care practices can support me as I work through these 8 changes? That's the last one. What self-care practices can support me? I feel like it's the balance of like eating food that we love, the walks in nature, quality time together, like introspective time, like our nightly ritual, and then also personal time of journaling, and then to feed creativity every day.
Yeah.
And then the body, of course.
Yeah. yeah. So okay, I basically echo all of that. Like, but self-care for me really needs to be about just the same thing as I mentioned earlier, about being with myself, or like as in I'm always with myself, but by bringing my presence to the body and the sensations, so that I can remember that I am love when the lens doesn't allow me to see that otherwise. When I'm so that's just very important for me right now. But otherwise, all of the things that you said, like the physical, I think, you know, the starting of each day with the gratitude list is very important. The feeling of the gratitude list and the you know, the magic process, that really helps me to feel my heart and feel my spirit. It's a really strong and really very easy connector to source. So that's important medicine. There's a real, like you kind of spoke to, for me there's a real tipping balance or like line around how much do I allow myself to follow impulse, follow exactly what I want to do, and then how much do I need to rein myself in to routine to support myself. And it's just a constant, it's a flow, it's a, you know, and I think you have to sort of, you know, tip the balance a little bit to know to when to come back sometimes, you know. But that's part of it, and it's like, I think important not to move into perfectionism with that, for me anyway, personally. So all right, cool, we're up to the cards. Okay, you want to start this one?
Yes.
Okay. What's the time? Is it the new moon yet?
It's 10 o'clock, so not yet.
47 minutes. Okay. Oh my goodness, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good either. But it is a little bit how it's spelled. Okay.
Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not like, first of all, can we do it first of all? Which one do you want to start with?
Yeah, maybe we start with
The tarot?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go. So,
2 of Wands.
2 of Wands, where?
Is the past there? 2.
That's
Wait,
not
sorry,
two.
6.
6.
6 of Wands.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember what it's about. And then the Emperor, and then King of Wands.
Okay, you want me to read?
Yes. While I type in.
Yeah. 2 of Wands is planning.
6.
Oh, sorry. 6. 6 of Wands is victory.
Ah, in my past. Victory in what? King of Wands. King of Wands?
Well, yeah.
Oh, you want me to reflect, is it? I don't know.
What about the retreats?
Yeah, I like the retreats. 6 of Wands. In the past, you've experienced a period of recognition and success. The 6 of Wands is often about victory and being acknowledged for your achievements. You may have overcome challenges and emerged in a place of self-confidence, with others appreciating your skills or contributions. The card shows that your efforts were celebrated and you built a solid foundation of self-worth and resilience.
That's
I
true.
guess the retreat, maybe?
But I think it feels like the whole thing.
The whole
month.
The whole month.
Yeah.
Mm.
But even like, yeah, it actually does.
Like Portal to Ascension, conference, and the cruise. Yeah.
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 Like really the whole purpose of staying on for longer was victorious. You know, like there was beautiful stuff that came out of it. Alright, so the Emperor.
Yeah.
Okay. Structure.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, it only gives you one word.
Right now, you're embodying qualities of authority, discipline, and structure. The Emperor represents a strong, grounded figure, often a leader or someone who is in control of their own life. This card suggests you may be in a position where you make tough, rational decisions or establish clear boundaries. It's time to exercise self-discipline, stand firm in your values, and take charge of your path forward with stability and purpose. This is a powerful energy of stepping into your authority. It sounds very Capricorn, internally and also in your environment. I like, sounds good. Let's see. Let's see how it shows up.
Okay. The last one is King of Wands. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Experienced.
Okay.
How weird is that? Okay.
Yeah. The King of Wands indicates a future characterized by dynamic leadership, charisma, and vision. This card suggests that you're growing into a role where you can inspire and lead others with passion. The King of Wands is also deeply aligned with purpose and creativity, embodying a blend of confidence and optimism. As you move forward, you'll likely be drawn to projects or opportunities that allow you to lead with heart and vision. This card hints at a time where you'll be in a position to take bold actions, inspiring those around you. So interesting. So this spread suggests a journey from recognition to self-mastery and leadership. You're moving towards a future where your passion, wisdom, and experience can guide others, where you can channel your own creativity and vision into meaningful action. Trust in the disciplined energy of the Emperor right now, as it's preparing you for bold magnetic leadership of the King of Wands.
Well, you know, like I guess with the structure aspect of the Emperor, was it structure? Or
Yeah. And
that
discipline,
that like it speaks to how you've been working.
Oh.
Because you have had, you know, you had the tasks and you
Just
completed them,
Yeah.
and then you're on your next scene, and like you weren't quite sure about that, but you were still, you know what I mean? It's like work is in place, Like
Yeah.
it speaks to the mastery that's required to get to the next one, I guess.
Okay. That's 2 of what?
Which
That one.
it's not 2 of anything.
That is what?
It's 9.
It's 9.
Yeah.
The tower, is it? Yeah, I think it's the tower.
Not again.
I think. Can see or can double check.
It's not 9. It's not the tower. It can't be the tower if it's
I
9.
think 10 is. Oh yeah, you're right. It can't be a tower.
No, it's whatever this is.
Oh, you're right. So it is IX9 of something.
It's cup. Is it cups?
No,
it can't be.
swords.
What swords?
Swords. 9 of swords.
Swords. Anyway, Princess of Cups is where I'm going to start. But you need to know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Yes, emotional immaturity.
No. All of these.
Yes, I do. 3 of swords and 9 of swords.
Right.
It's not emotional immaturity.
New romance or close friend.
Yes. Remember? I got this card and you got insecure. I got it in my future. Remember?
Yes.
Oh no, they asked me about.
What?
This is what you asked me. Why I'm attracted to.
Don't.
Because of this.
Don't. Alright, so Princess of Cups.
In the past, Cara embodied a gentle, open-hearted energy. The Princess of Cups often represents emotional sensitivity, imagination, and curiosity
And that
about
wasn't why.
feelings.
Anyway, sorry, go back.
Then why Why you ask?
Because I told you I. Go on.
You
So
didn't.
start again, slowly.
You didn't tell me.
In the past, Cara embodied a gentle, open-hearted energy. Often represents emotional sensitivity, imagination, and a curiosity about feelings. Cara may have been in a phase of exploration in her emotional life, connecting with her inner child or nurturing creative passions. This card suggests a time when she was open to love and new experiences, possibly with an idealistic or hopeful outlook. Oh dear.
So this card was like many months ago. Okay. Present.
3 of Swords. Right now, Cara's likely going through a painful experience or emotional loss. The 3 of Swords indicates heartbreak, disappointment, or grief. This card suggests she may be dealing with an emotional wound or separation that has left her feeling hurt or betrayed. It's a difficult time, but also offers a chance for her to acknowledge and process her pain, which is essential for healing. While challenging, this card encourages her to face her feelings and allow herself to fully feel them, as this is a crucial step toward growth. It's very accurate. Future 9 of Swords. Moving forward, Cara may struggle with lingering worries or mental distress. The 9 of Swords often represents anxiety, sleepless nights, or overthinking. This card suggests that her present pain may lead to lingering fears, regrets, or self-doubt that could affect her peace of mind. However, this card also reminds her that some of her worries may stem from her own inner thoughts rather than external reality. It's a call for her to work on finding ways to manage her mind, process her emotions, and break free from cycles of self-criticism. When will it be over? Wake me up when it's over. Overall insight, the spread shows a journey through emotional vulnerability, heartache, and anyway. Did we read this of yours?
Yeah.
Spread shows a journey through emotional vulnerability, heartache, and inner struggle. Cara may need to give herself permission to grieve and release her pain to prevent it from becoming an ongoing source of anxiety. Although the cards reflect challenges, they also encourage her to seek support, self-compassion, and healing practices to help her navigate and rise above these experiences. Reminding herself of her strength and taking small steps to nurture her mental and emotional well-being can help her find light again.
It's easy. It's what you do for a living. You can do that for yourself.
Hysterical. Alright. Which one?
This
What did you get?
compassion.
Have we used this one before?
No, haven't. It's new.
It's new. When?
December.
Alright,
January.
found it. Compassion can be learned and cultivated even in adulthood. We live in a world where physical and material achievements reign on high. Being tender and empathetic are practices not always paraded, though they are valued by many of the world's current systems and institutions. Acknowledge that capitalism, white supremacy, and the patriarchy foundationally stand on lies. These institutions justify themselves when given the power to oversee the narrative of pain. There is no shame in understanding another's plight and having the desire to aid in lessening that burden or suffering. Humanitarians, zoophilists, and environmentalists do not have a sole mission of the faint-hearted. Why is it too much to imagine and believe in nurturant, intersectional and comprehensive systems, institutions, and hearts? The American dream and manifest destiny believe in colonial success and progress at the loss of others. In order for heart-based systems to flourish, we as a global community must invigorate collective empathy and vulnerability. What is your masculine protecting your feminine from? How emotionally available are you to yourself? When you use your imagination, where do you see defaults? Ask both yourself and others, what does liberation look like to you? Gee, it's kind of heavy, right?
It's like a new way.
It is like a new way.
This is like a confirmation card, right, for the tarot. Then it's like, what it's telling me is that right now in my journey, I'm going to be in a position whereby I can share my experience, knowledge, wisdom with others. And actually this card is like, it's what my book is about. It's all the learnings and wisdom that I gathered through the spiritual pilgrimage, right? Like that's why I'm writing the book.
Well, maybe it's about having this structure. With that,
yeah,
so that can
happen. That's true. Happen. Yours is also triangle, but yours triangle got this thing. Different.
Yeah, okay, so it's this, and what's that to say? Wealth and abundance, thank you. Are you jealous?
No, because your money is my money, and my money is my money.
I know that line. Alright. Take a breath and be patient. You are exactly where you need to be to acquire abundance. And it is important to have faith in yourself and the universe. Abundance is within you, and it will tailor to the thoughts and intentions of your mind and soul. And the goal is set. Now step into action. Gratitude attracts new opportunities into your life, while a scarcity mindset or worry of lack will magnify your fear, not allowing progress. This is also the time to give rather than take, focusing on what you have with reflection and appreciation. Believe that there are enough resources for everybody. Be humble in your abundance and stay grounded. Take the time to affirm the goodness in your life and honor it. Avoid impatience and a need for immediate gratification. You are limiting your wealth and abundance while on the cusp of prosperity. Divine timing is knowing that everything happens as it should. Are you practicing gratitude regularly? Do you trust the universe will always provide? What is the first thing you think of when you wake up? Do something for someone and expect nothing in return. I bought you dinner. I feel like I'm pretty much in this right now. I like it. I like it as a card. I'll take it. I don't like these so much. I release you. You and your ongoing darkness. Alright, so resurrection. I guess I have to just like welcome it because I'm going to be like so much more expansive afterwards. Resurrection. What did you get?
Iwa.
Oh, the Tree of Souls. It's so beautiful. Collective wisdom, kinship group, library.
See, and this one is also a group of men.
Wow, the groups. And library. It's literally what you're saying that book, your book is about. And collective wisdom. It's all of the things. Okay, 42. Alright, so in the hidden worlds we have places and beings who are literally the storehouses of the wisdom of the ages. The Akashic libraries do not always appear as books of light, although this is one of their forms. So too are the whales and their song, which also hold part of the great wisdom necessary for the universe to continue. This tree is but one of those places, and perhaps it's yours. This tree, when meditated upon, when connected with in a true sense, can offer to you the wisdom of your soul kinship group. Ancestral knowledge, yes, but there is a collective wisdom, a soul group of which you are part, and through connecting with this tree, imagining it, feeling it, serving it, honoring it, you can help keep the balance of the universe alive. This tree hosts the spark of your soul and all of its wisdom, which is, as we have learned, vast and impossible to apprehend within the one lifetime. Every moment of wisdom you have, every second in which you choose to express kindness and compassion feeds the tree of life, feeds the tree of light, this tree of souls. And in return, this nourishes all the other souls connected to the tree. For we are unique and individual souls, yes, yet we are one, and this is a place where we come together, a tribe of light, leaves on the tree, its roots shining and vast, and we are sheltered, nourished as keepers of the light. This is your soul tree. Know you are not alone, and that every act of what you would call goodness benefits not only others in the human world, but the progression of their soul through its path in the universe. Every soul a star shimmering upon this tree of light. Illumination. I belong to the universe, and I am part of a great collective of souls who help and nurture each other throughout lifetimes.
So nice.
It is very nice.
What do you feel?
Well, of course it reminds me of her subterranean labyrinth.
Oh.
But I also remember that I got it.
Huh?
I got this card.
Oh.
And I wonder for you, I'm not sure, because it's really just saying to remember this tree. I guess it feels like remember the collective wisdom. And so if you're like, you seem to be moving towards this kind of remembrance that you want to write this book, then if that's the case, kind of look to that collective wisdom by resting into meditation or however you want to connect. Well, actually, do you know what this is? Also, it reminds me of cosmic conversations.
Because?
Well, because the collective wisdom is what you're engaging with when you're doing that.
Yeah.
And so perhaps it's saying, or perhaps there's an opening to use, or not use, but like to connect with this collective wisdom through the cosmic conversations path, in order to support your book. As part of the creative process.
Yeah.
You can experiment with it anyway. What came up for you?
The light. So many times the word light came up. And light is like love, source, remembering. I guess everything goes back to that. I just remembering that, and I guess if we are all interconnected, then I won't die. Someone in the interconnected tree will help me.
Yes.
And the resource will flow in all directions.
Yeah.
Just open myself to receive.
Yeah, and to trust in that interconnectedness.
Mm.
All right, so 32 is resurrection for me. All right. Comeback, rebirth, renewal. Yep, baby. You're about to make a comeback after a difficult time. Yeah, see, that card needs to be like revised. You're about to make a comeback after a difficult time while you were struggling, friend. There were those in the hidden worlds who watched over you, even when it seemed that you must face them all alone. Throughout the times when you felt most abandoned, the Watchers took the strands of your fate within their hands and began to weave together the broken threads and unraveled strands of your destiny. There may have been subtle moments where you noticed this work taking place, times when hope alighted upon you and you felt glad again to be here. Finally now, you have the strength to make the return to the life you have longed for. All has been prepared for you, and you have work to do in this lifetime, dear one. Good work, sacred work, loving work. It is time to begin again and feel the shimmering possibilities all about you. For there will be moments of serendipity and synchronicity where you will follow the intuitive prompts you receive from within and from those who have watched over you. The divine has watched over you and helped recreate you until now you are reborn. The divine has watched over you and helped recreate you until now you are reborn within the same life, seeming to be the same person, but so very much more than you felt you were before. The soul contracts have been recreated, you have been freed, and there will now come a realization that the wholeness and the beauty you have so long searched for have been inside you all along. You need not die to be reborn in this lifetime, but we must let the things that kill the spirit fall away and give them no more energy. This now is your purpose, to preserve the beauty you have discovered, to keep the joy of the spirit alive. Illumination. I am being reborn. My old self is no more, and I am changing into the me I am meant to be.
Wow, so freaking perfectly themed.
Yeah.
For tonight.
Yeah.
What came up?
Yeah, it all resonates.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah. This resurrection is the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Mm.
Nice, very nice. You like?
Yeah, like I'm not so into the language of I am changing into the me I am meant to be. You know, all of this. My old self is no more. Like, I don't really believe that. But the intentionality of it, like, as in.
Yeah, I can get on board with.
Yeah, like the essence of me is never, no more, and there isn't a me that I'm meant to be. I'm always the me that I'm meant to be. However, it's an ongoing process of change, being a human. I like the idea of the Watchers being there, weaving the threads. I don't think they're broken threads.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of them perhaps soothing the threads or helping the threads come together.
Yeah.
And it was true, you know, like, even though, well, it was, you know, because it said, you felt glad again to be here. And it's true. Like, it, I don't know what it says before that doesn't necessarily actually seem to make sense with that, but you felt glad again to be here is for sure.
Yeah.
Something that I felt like again and again and again.
Yeah. Just like not reminding you, don't give Because you always pull through.
And I like the idea that I don't need to die to be reborn in this lifetime. But we must let the things that kill the spirit fall away and give them no more energy. I think this is very much like it's key right now. Yeah, this is now your purpose, to preserve the beauty you have discovered, to keep the joy of the spirit alive. That's very true. Okay, does that feel complete?
Yes.
Do you know what I think? You know what I would like?
To do like language healing.
No, I would like a cosmic conversation, please.
Oh my god!
Come on.
I'm like dozing off.
Come on. You don't have to.
It's very strange. Like the first image I get immediately is like a mouse or a rat. And first it's like scurrying around, and I was wondering if it's like just there's like, it feels like there's so many things to do, or it's just moving all different directions. And then that very quickly the next image that comes is like there's a block of cheese. And it's like gnawing on the block of cheese, but it feels like when it does that, it's not actually feeding it, but it's just doing something for the sake of. And actually, what that reminds me of is whenever maybe like you're poking at yourself, you know, like judging or poking at yourself, and like for whatever reason, like the mouse just needs to just keep doing that. Like it's an itch, but it's not serving it. Similarly, like the poking itself is not helpful.
Yeah.
And it's almost like what needs to happen is for this mouse to chill. Yeah, to take rest, but it's not its nature. So because it's not its nature, maybe giving it something constructive to do, to occupy itself. And I have a feeling this mouse is actually not, it's not all of you, it's not something you can action, but it's a part of you, it's a belief. It feels like the mouse is a belief. Yeah, like whenever, you know, whether it's the energy drop or irritation comes in, and then like there's this part of you that comes forth and just asks all these questions about that it's not working, or why like this again, etc, etc. Like it feels like that is the mouse, and then the mouse is like trying to grasp. But yeah, this mouse just needs to rest. Do you have specific questions?
Okay, like what, where is it important for my energy to be directed?
Okay. So like the first image I get is like around you is like a very faint red aura, and amongst other colors, but like the red is very, like it's just there, it's at the forefront, and it feels like it's fading out. The anger is fading out, but it's also the passion. So I wonder if like this passion is related to something that you were once so passionate about, but it's fading out, and it feels like there's a relationship between that and the anger and frustration at a very unconscious level, because this that is meant to be given attention to, like somehow it isn't right now. So maybe it is what we spoke about today at the beach at Nusa. You know, when you said that, oh, you are wanting to write about the process of writing her subterranean labyrinth, right?
Mm.
Because like more than anything, what you want is for this to be a film, and it feels like it's kind of this. It's like pouring energy back into this, and it's understandable why the last week you didn't, because you were working on a specific project. But it's like bringing forth this fire again, but this time directing it towards the content creation or the excavation into yourself about like the process of writing of this art. Yeah, and then I feel like the underlying message of that is love, like in a sense whereby every part of your process or why you needed to write what you wrote, the underlying intention is love, whether it's for the reader to remember that or for yourself to experience that as you were writing. It feels like it's different expression of love, but ultimately it's love, like capital L. And that feels to be, it doesn't have to be so blatant, like you don't have to say it like so overtly. You can, but it's just what people are going to, it's what people's going to receive from your sharing. It's love. Like you are a transmitter of love. And I feel like working like this project or working on alongside with her subterranean labyrinth will actually bring you back to that within yourself. Yeah, and I feel like while you have concurrent projects, right? Like you have that, and then you also have a new way. It's like actually working on this, her subterranean labyrinth and your creative process is going to inspire content and inspire like what it is that you are going to speak to and share in a new way, because her subterranean labyrinth is the expression of another way, of a new way.
Yeah, it totally is. Can I ask a follow-up? But I always just feel really like at odds, like at an intersection. I'm not really knowing where to go now with her subterranean labyrinth.
Yeah, it feels like the first thing to do is to write for yourself before you write for others. And like this came up, I don't know whether it's my mind or if it's just coming through, but it's like treating her subterranean labyrinth as, you know, your, whether it's your muse or just an other, and then having a conversation with that, like what do you want, and you are the vessel in which it gets to share itself and express itself. So it's like us, like maybe, you know, when you're doing your stream of consciousness journaling, it's like instead of writing to spirit, write to the soul of her subterranean labyrinth, your book, and let your book respond to you, and it will emerge, like the answers will emerge, you'll know what to do. But more than anything, it is first like the art is for you, the clarity or the exploration is for you first, and actually that in itself is a very valuable teaching moment for when you are ready to share it.
When you're talking now, how do you see her subterranean labyrinth? Like, is it an image? Is it a color?
I see a tree.
A tree.
Like mother tree.
Okay.
And I see a hot pink.
Yeah.
It's actually like the book
Yeah.
Our book.
Thank you.
Actually, I have a feeling that you writing in that book, right? You and Mimi and you.
Oh yeah.
Has something to do with Tani and Mosea communicating in in a way that's not in your book,
Yeah.
but you are writing that.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Because it's like,
Yeah, it's actually exactly right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Very hot.
You're hot.
Yeah, very hot.
You're working hard. The waves.
Maybe. It's really hot. I'm like sweating.
That's hysterical. Well, you don't look like it. That's why I say it's hysterical.
Oh.
Okay. Are we out? Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.